I forgot to tell you, I do have your earphones. I was pranking you. I do have your earphones.
I know you did. You're not going to lunch? Is John there? Alright. Alright. Today we got pretty different build. We got an O11 Vision Compact. We normally do like an O11 regular Vision. This time we got an O11 Vision Compact. Let me see. Yeah, for CPU we got a Ryzen 9 9900 X3D. The cooler we got a Lee Galahad LCD 360 cooler. For motherboard we got an Asus ROG Strix X870E gaming Wi-Fi. For memory, we got Kingston Fury Beast, 32 gigabytes, DDR5, 6000 megahertz. For storage, the customer did get a 2 terabyte NVMe, plus he also added another 1 terabyte NVMe. For the graphics card, he got a GeForce RTX 5080, that's 16 gigabyte. For power supply, he got a Thermaltake, a tough power 1000-watt power supply. And then for case fans, he got 8 Lee Uni fans, SL Infinity 120. So let's go ahead and get started on the build. So with the O11 Vision Compact, you could go ahead and they made it so you could either have it with the mesh on top or you could put the glass panel. We're gonna go ahead and put the glass panel since he only did get 8 fans. We'll go ahead. I already switched it out just for time to save some time. But normally it comes standard with the mesh on top. So then you can go ahead and put 3 more fans on top. But we went ahead and put the glass so we could put 8 fans, 6 on the back rear here, 6 at the bottom, and then 2 on the back over here. Brought to you by Scratchers and the Philharmonic. That's it. That thing's loud. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on the build. We're gonna go ahead and start with the motherboard first, as always. Get that set up with the CPU, the RAM, and the NVMe's, and then we'll go ahead and put in the case. Oh, and he also got the Lee wireless streamers as well, so it's gonna look pretty nice. We got our RAM, CPU, and our 2 terabyte and our 1 terabyte. Put that there. All right. Like always, we got extra parts here, stickers, manual, and underneath, like extra parts, accessories, keychain, the Wi-Fi antenna. Go ahead and give that to the customer. All right. Really nice motherboard here. Go ahead and take off all the plastics. This is a customer's build. Go ahead and put in our CPU. All right. Now let's go ahead and remove. These screws for the M.2. Remove this one as well. The second M.2. There we go. Actually, we can keep this one in. All right. I think the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put his 1 TB as his main drive. Yeah, I'll put the 1 TB as the main drive. I was just checking if they're the same speed. And then he can use his 2 TB, the bigger drive, for like files, games, and stuff like that. And then just leave the 1 TB a little bit less empty for just Windows. So 2 TB, you can use it all completely instead of trying to fill up the whole 1 TB. ahead and put this back on. Can't seem to get them aligned. There you go. I'm not having a hard time putting this. There you go. What's up? I don't even know how you say name. How do you say your name? The guy on YouTube. Sound like I think it's Russian. Might be wrong. 100% probably wrong. All right, let's go ahead and put the RAM in. Yaroslav. Oh, okay. What's up, Yaroslav? All right. Got the motherboard done. Let's go ahead and put it in the case now. We don't need this. Put these up here. All right. Now it doesn't look like we have to change any of the motherboard screws. Everything looks perfectly fine. All right. All right. Put the motherboard in. Now we just need to screw it in. Then he gives you this nice box for your screws. A little bit different from the regular version. The regular version, they typically separate all the screws. Looks like they all just bunched them up this time. All right. Like I said before, in this case, you could have the mesh top, which basically lets you put 3 more fans on the very top. Instead of the glass, let's go on a little ad break. Put it on open the Brave app, like the browser, and that one won't give you ads.
Browser?
Yeah, and then go on YouTube.
It's on Spotify.
Oh. How long have I been built for customers? I think it's gonna be actually 2 years and like a couple of weeks. Um, how did you start? Uh, well, I've been building computers since I was probably in high school. I built my first 2 computers by myself, and then I got into like cybersecurity in high school. Like in senior year, I got into like cybersecurity class, and then after that, um, after I graduated high school, then I went into like what do they call it? A career path type of school. And I studied to take the comp ITF, I believe it's called. Yeah, I started to take that, passed the test, got my certification on it, and then yeah, so and then I looked for jobs and then I found this one. Yeah, but it's very different from like building your own and then building all these different types of PCs and stuff compared to just building your own. So now we got the motherboard installed. Let's go ahead and install the bottom fans on this. Yeah, do I have any fun stories? Like what do you mean, like building the computer? All right, we need that bottom bracket to put the fans. All right, let's go ahead and get our DMD fans. Should be pretty nice. Won't have that much cable management since it's only they all link together, and then only one cable comes out each set. Got our controller here, and we also got those cables that we are gonna need um, to connect all the fans to the controller. Controller to the side, we use it later. So yeah, so we're basically a company. We mostly sell online. We have like a whole website, veerlytech.com. Um, Customer, we have pre-built computers already, like pre-configured computers. We have ready to ship computers, builds that we built ourselves, and you just have to order them and they'll be ready to ship to you. We have a custom option on the website as well, where you can go ahead and pick any parts you want, or if you do want like a really special build, you can also just get in contact with us, and then we can go ahead and just see if we're able to get that done for you. But yeah, you just order. We have a website, order online, PC. We get the order, then we'll go ahead and get it started as soon as possible. And then sometimes if you do want to, if you do order a PC from us, and you want to you want us to build it on stream, we can also go ahead and do that as well. Any fun stories, um, while building or with clients? I don't really deal with clients. Like I said, we're mostly like online based. So I wouldn't have any. I don't think I have any like fun stories dealing with clients. I'm trying to think if there's any fun stories while I was building. There has been like times where like I'm building completely, and then I'm building it like all completely wrong. Like I either put the fans like when I first started, I would put the fans like the whole complete opposite way of how they were supposed to be, and then I'll have to like take them off and redo them and put it back on. That was kind of stressful because I would spend time in building it and then having to dismantle it all over again. But any fun? Not really. I mean, just building the computer is pretty fun already. Get to deal with all these like crazy new stuff that comes out, all new computer components that come out, all the new GPUs that come out. How about you? Are you into computers or no? Or you just like watching like builds and stuff? You built 4 PCs? No, nice. Which one has been your favorite out of all four, and why? Did you put anything cool in it? Water cool, AIO, air cool. All right, we got those bottom fans in. Ah, damn, it's just kind of stuck. Oh, not bad. Yeah, all my builds have been air cooled as well. My most recent build, which is not that recent, it's probably like old too. I haven't built a new computer in a while for myself. But mine also has it's also air cooled, but it has a like Noctua cooler. I don't remember which exact Noctua cooler it does have, but it does the trick for what I need to do. All right, before we proceed, I am gonna go ahead and plug in these cables here for the case, for the motherboard, just to get rid of those and get those cable managed, so they're not in the way while we're building and putting all the fans in. So we got our Type C here. There you go. Got the Type C connected. USB 3.0. This next. All right. Now we're going to connect our F panel cable here. Our HD audio goes down here. I'm actually going to remove these bottom fans for now. Just because they are getting in my way while I'm building. We'll just have this ready when we're all done. Gonna kill manage these cables back here. Just so they're not, like I said, they're not in our way while we're building. And then this O11 compact has a lot of space actually to cable manage. The hard drive base kind of getting in your way a little bit, but other than that, it's pretty good. So what I was focused on is for to like future proof will probably first be like a motherboard. Um it's kind of hard to pick right now because if you want to future proof it, you for sure want to go with like if you're going. So I'll say I'll give specifics for like an AMD build. Like AMD right now, you for sure want to go with AM5 right now. It is future proof. Probably have like the best gaming CPU out right now with the AMD. Um, so if that were the case, you would have to switch your motherboard to an AM5 motherboard. You would also have to switch your RAM to a DDR5 RAM, and then of course your CPU would have to be an AM5 socket CPU as well. So it's like a Ryzen 7, a Ryzen 9. Yeah, right now if you really want to future proof, depending on if you do have on the parts you have right now, let's say if you have older parts like AM4 in your build, you could still get a good amount FPS from that platform. But if you do want to future proof, like say DDR5 and stuff like that, you will need for AMD specifically, you would need a AM5 motherboard. And then for Intel, pretty much the same thing. Motherboard would probably be your first one. And then from there you would have to pick your CPU that would support that motherboard. I know the Ultras use a different type of motherboard. Um, but if you still wanted to keep your same specs, and still try to improve the quality of your computer, such as FPS, performance, and stuff like that, and still try to future proof a little bit, I would probably recommend either your CPU or your GPU. Those would be the two I would focus on, unless you have like a very very low end motherboard. Um, honestly, I'll still prioritize CPU and GPU to future proof. But then you also don't want a CPU way better than the GPU that you do have, because then you will just bottleneck. It'll be a waste of whichever you decide to get. If you get a better CPU, way better CPU than your GPU, um, they'll both just bottleneck. Vice versa, if you get a better GPU, way better GPU than a CPU, you won't get the full 100% of like that GPU that you get. So let's go ahead and put the back fans up here. We're actually gonna put our radiator here. Our radiator's gonna go here, and our two fans are gonna go here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put our two fans here first. The battery, the camera died. What?
Do you have shorts right there?
Huh?
Do you have shorts right there?
Shorts? What do you mean?
Like the shorts comment?
No. Why? I could have one or two. I could have three things open? No, I could have one
No,
here too.
because the YouTube one is like the same app.
Why is there people talking on shorts?
Yeah, the last time I saw it was a couple.
What do they say? I can open it on my phone.
No, I don't remember. Oh, somebody was mad at you actually.
Let me open it on my phone. Yeah. What are the comments though? I can't see the comments on my phone.
See?
Wait. It's because the YouTube app doesn't work on my phone. I don't know why. Look, you think I'm kidding? It won't open. Here, you probably have to just close it and open it here until it stops working. It'll give you like an error and then reopen it. Someone was mad at me? Ain't no way.
Yeah. But not like at you. You'll see the comment. Your phone doesn't work.
Give me your phone. You have two.
Yeah, I'll give you my phone. Your questions and stuff.
Let's see.
There's a lot of people in shorts and shirts.
Is it the Lean Compact? Yeah, this is the Lean Compact. Hi, my name is Tajiro, and I'm driving my Toyota Supra MK4 from Fast and Furious 1. I'm driving around where you live. Damn, pull up.
Where you live?
Damn. Where I live? Pull up. I got my MK5 Toyota Supra. Is that a 5090 in the back? Yeah, it is a 5090. Alright, we got the two fans in the back installed. Now the last. Is there any way I can route this cable? Yeah, right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our pump, our AIO on the side here, and then go ahead and almost finish the build, to be honest. Move our case to the side again. There we go. All right, we got our D&D Galahad LCD cooler here. Really nice cooler. I really like it. I also like that shift one. The shift one's also really nice. All right. Cool thing is it already has the mainly uni fans, infinity fans. On the build. Bring back the case. Let's see, I am gonna need some screws from here. Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to connect one of the power cables so we can send it to the hub of the Lean. What case is that? It's a Lean Lee? Yeah, it's a Lean Lee compact. Yeah, Jazz Rose, what are your questions? Let me know so I can answer them. The hardest part of building a PC would probably just be it's not even hard, it's just like a step people really underestimate. It would probably be like just because I already know how to do what's gonna go where, especially with these builds that I built already before. But it's pretty much mapping out how you're gonna build it, how you're gonna want to build it, where everything's gonna go, what to do first. Like yesterday, we had a 5090 GPU with its own radiator, and then we also had a 360 radiator as well. And the hardest part of that wasn't even wasn't putting it together. It was more finding out where that GPU radiator was gonna go, whether it was gonna fit in the case or where it would look better, this and that. So that's what I think is probably like one of the hardest parts of building a computer. Other than that, besides that, it'll probably have to do the. It's not even the hardest, but it's the most time consuming. Probably the KO management. Um, would probably be the hardest. And then that would be also depending on what fans you get. And stuff like these Lean Leaf fans, you get like IQ Link fans, Lean Leaf fans, like stuff that connects together and then it all goes to one little hub. Like that makes it life way easier than if you have like your regular standard RGB fans that has like a fan connector and like also 3-pin 5-volt RGB connector. And that's what makes it easier. Have you ever done a super mini PC build? We've done not like a mini computer, but it was like probably like this big. I forgot what case it was. Do you remember the case it was in? That green one, like mint one?
The treatment one? What do you think?
Yeah, what was the name of that case?
What, the case? It was mint green?
And like it had like wood in the front.
Oh, the little one?
Uh-huh.
The one that...
Yeah.
It was the Terra... It was Fractal Design, the Terra one.
Oh, okay. That's probably like the smallest we ever built.
But it's not mint green.
Yeah, it is.
It's like forest green.
That's like mint green.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but that's probably like the smallest build we have done. We haven't done any like crazy like super mini PC. To mount this cooler is pretty cool. You don't use the same mounting bracket that the regular motherboard comes with. You do reuse the screws. We just replace them with this, and then it tells you with the little arrow, it's the CPU here, and then you just put it on depending on where your CPU is located. So the arrow's pointing this way, you put it like this at the bottom, and then the top one you're gonna put it at the bottom like this. We just gotta remove the original mounting brackets that the motherboard comes pre-configured. Only AMD gives you these mounting brackets. Intel doesn't really give you them. What's up, Wins? And then the cooler itself already had the screws already attached to the area itself, to the little mounting. And they also give you thermal paste, but the square thermal paste that the AI already comes with is more than enough. Alright, we're going to mount this on. Yeah, if you play like Minecraft and Fortnite, I would just say upgrade your CPU since those two games. I know for sure Fortnite is really high CPU intensive. not really GPU intensive, but really high CPU intensive. Minecraft, I'm not 100% sure if it is high CPU intensive, but for sure it'll give you a boost on Fortnite if you do upgrade your CPU. But yeah, games on those you do want to upgrade your CPU since they are more CPU intensive. Even Valorant as well is also really CPU intensive. All right, take off this little plastic thing. And then for the pump, it also comes with some cable that you do have to connect for like the LCD and to give it power. There you go. Here it is. All right. So this is gonna go into the LCD fan, not fan, sorry, AIO into the screen. It's gonna be USB 2.0 just to get information, stuff like that. Be able to change your LCD screen with the L Connect app, and then this will be give it power to the pump and stuff. Luckily enough, on this motherboard we do have three USB 2.0s, so we're gonna be using it for one for the pump, to get readings from that, to get from the motherboard to the LCD, and then we are gonna need one for the controller for the fans and the yeah for the fans, and then the other one's gonna be for the little controller for the wireless trimmers. So we're only gonna need three USB 2.0s if I'm correct. if I'm not wrong. All right. Go ahead and connect this USB 2.0. This is why I also remove those bottom fans as well, because then it's a tighter fit to go ahead and work with the bottom of the motherboard. And it's really easy to put these fans back on. It's just like 2 screws, slide it back in, slide back in the middle tray. That's pretty much it. So now let's go ahead and plug in our we don't need that. Plug in our controller here for our fans. Go ahead and plug this one in as well. And I'm also gonna plug in our streamer controller. Just so we can go ahead and put those fans, connect them onto the controller lead hub. And then your 24-pin streamer wireless always comes with that controller. That would need that wireless controller. You can either plug in that controller into your motherboard, how I'm doing now, to hide it away and not have extra cables. Or you could also connect this controller, this little wireless controller, into the USB of like your motherboards if you don't want to connect to directly to your motherboard, and it'll work the same. And then nothing gets connected to this little controller. Like none of the streamers get connected anymore. The streamers are wireless. They just get powered by the power supply itself, and then they do have a little like Bluetooth receiver, and then it sends all the signal to this little wireless controller. But then you could do it like me, where I connect it to the motherboard just so it doesn't take up another USB slot on the customer's computer. And then we just put this in the back, connect this to fan power and USB 2.0. And if you're asking, is there any like real big difference? Like if there's like a connection speed difference or like, nah, there really isn't. I tested it out with both. They both seem to give out the right readings, the correct readings. There's no delay in anything and connected to the fans or anything like that. So there's no difference from connecting to your motherboard and to a USB port on your motherboard. It would just be preference wise if you do want to take up a space, or also if you don't have 3 USB 2.0s on your motherboard, if you only have like 2 or 1, and you don't have like an extra one, or you don't have like a USB 2.0 splitter, then you go also just put in the back over here with the USBs. So now that I got everything plugged in here, What I can do now is put the bottom fans in since I'm not gonna plug anything else in at the bottom there. Looks like we ran into a small issue here. So look at we do have to move the radiator a bit back, just because the bottom fans aren't able to go in. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the radiator back. Let's see. How we're gonna move. Okay, I know how we're gonna do. So we actually are gonna have to remove the fans. And then we're gonna put the cooler in the back. We'll put the AIO in the back and then the fans in the front of it. So there's enough space for the bottom fans to fit. All right. Actually, flip this Lee and Lee thing. Yeah. I was thinking this was the shift cooler. With the shift cooler, you put in the back, and then you can route it to the top over here. The actual hoses. There you go. This one you just have to flip the thing. You gotta flip it. We didn't even have to take off the fans. Because now the radiator is gonna fit. Snug in the back with the fans as well. Perfect. Glad we were able to fix that issue there. Now I'm just gonna screw it back in this back plate. In the back. Yeah. All right. Yeah, like I was saying before, with the then what was it called? With the other DVD cooler, you could actually um, route the tubes the back of the case where you can't even see the tube, so it gives it like a more cleaner look without the tubes. There we go. We get the clearance that we need. Now we can finally put those bottom fans in as well. And this kit also comes with a GPU holder already built in. So always remove it or keep it in. I would always just say just keep it, especially if you're putting like a 5080, 5090, a bigger build in there, a bigger GPU in there, just to have better support of that GPU. And then I'll show you guys how to use it, how to move it, and stuff like that. There we go. Got those bottom fans in as well. Just gonna route this cable back here to connect it to our hub. There you go. Now all we have to do is connect all the fans and then our power supply. And then we should be done. Okay. Let's go ahead and connect all our fans to our hub here. And then this hub also gets powered by 2 SATA cables. And then it looks like the LCD cooler as well gets powered by 2 SATA cables as well. I'm just gonna tell you this really quick, and then we'll do cable management after the stream, just so we don't waste any more time. So you guys go ahead and see the finishing of the build here. There we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and connect our streamers first, just so they're on the motherboard, and then we'll put in that power supply. Like I said, these new streamers, these wireless streamers, don't have any cables coming out of them. It's just literally the streamer, and they have like a little Bluetooth receiver here at the bottom here. And yeah, pretty much you just connect them, and they get power from the power supply that you're gonna connect them to, and then they send the signal to that little Bluetooth controller. Then they provide you with the 24 pin. I believe you could buy that controller for the streamer separate if you just want like the so we have the 24 pin as well here for our GPU. We'll go ahead and plug in our GPU as well before the power supply, just because everything's already going to be plugged in. There's our 24 pin as well for our Zotac 5080J computer. Move that there. All right. Let's go ahead and open our GPU or our 5080. And when we do ship them, we do ship our GPU separate. Just so they don't get damaged during shipping. I'm not 100% sure if they do ship the 5080s just because it is a smaller card. The Zotac one is a little bit smaller and weighs a little bit less. But for sure, the 5090s, they do ship them separately. Really nice card, really slim card, 3 fan GPU. Where my RTX 3080 hotspot temps are reaching 103 Celsius, is that a problem? Yeah, they're not supposed to be reaching that high. I would check maybe the on the fan, see if you see any dust. Might be something internal as well. Like this is like the radiator part of it. Try cleaning that part with like a some air, compressed air. Try to see if you have any dust. If it is getting really hot, might be some internal issue. If it is an older GPU, might be some like more dust inside. The actual thermal paste on the CPU of the GPU is either dried up, covered up in dust, dirt, all that stuff. All that could be affecting the temps of the GPU. Also, even the case the case fans and stuff like that could also be um, causing issues with the GPU getting hot. Maybe your case fans are hot as well. Not enough airflow in the case to get to the GPU. All right, put this food. All right. All right. Let me see where I can route this cable to. I forgot. The GPU holder's in my way from the cable. All right. We're gonna get our power supply in here as well. Hopefully, we can be provided with some power supply cables. And then for power supply cables, we're only gonna use two CPU, one 24 pin, and one 12 volt high power, and then a SATA as well. There we go. Now I'm just gonna get one more SATA cable. Where did I put the power supply bag? Somewhere here. Here it is. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and connect our CPU cables first. I'm missing one more CPU cable as well. There you go. Let's go ahead and route it through here. There we go. Now our power supply and our 12 volt high power is gonna get connected to the back, into our streamers. So we're not gonna have to route it through the front. I'm gonna keep this in the back over here. And then we're also just gonna connect our SATAs here. The ones that do need SATA power.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about you.
There we go. We got all our cables connected. Your phone's closed. How do I open it?
That's 6731.
There you All right, let's go ahead and turn it on. See if I put in everything correct.
Did I hear anything?
I'm pretty much done. All right. Go ahead and turn this on. Power's on. Yes. Power button. Pretty nice build. I really like it. With the streamers and the Lindley fans. Really nice build. So there we have it. Another build done for a customer. Mostly all Lindley. Lindley fans, Lindley cooler, Lindley streamers. Yeah, the majority was all Lindley. Really nice case. All goes well together, like I said. Very minimal cables due to the Lindley fans and the pump. But yeah, there we go. We finish off another build for a customer. If you guys do want your build to be built on stream, go ahead and buy a computer from us on our website, villatech.com. And once you bought it, go ahead and get in contact with customer service. They do want your build built on stream, and we'll go ahead and build it on stream for you. We did stream yesterday, and we also did stream today. I don't know if there's gonna be a stream tomorrow, but for sure, there most likely is gonna be a stream on Friday as well. Not 100% sure what we're gonna be building. Most likely another customer's build. Same time at 2 p.m. Pacific time. We'll go ahead and see you guys on Friday. Most likely Friday, if not maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Friday as well. We'll go ahead and see you guys at 2 p.m. Pacific time. No, you can't do it already. Oh, this guy's asking. Is this a good PC build? Processor, Intel, i5 1400K, can do it. Yeah, it's a really good build. The only thing I would change, I don't know if it just says six. If you're just getting 16 gigabytes of RAM, I would suggest try to go for 32. I think it's like a $15-20 difference. But just try to go for 32 if you are. If you're only getting 16, try to go for 32. I'm pretty sure that's 32. But yeah, overall, it all looks good. All right, guys. We'll go ahead and see you guys on Friday. For another stream. Hope you guys see you there. At 2 p.m. Pacific time.